What's going on, guys? Gomes here back again on another MLB The Show 19 Diamond Dynasty video. Quickly, I want to ask you guys, what kind of videos are you looking for? Like, if it's a tip, something that you guys want me to explain, something that you guys could use some help on, let me know down below in the comment section and I can possibly make a video out of it. Just so if you guys have any suggestions, make sure to leave it down there and I will gladly receive it and possibly make a video on it as well to help you guys out. But of course, getting into today's video, we are going to go a little bit further on a video that I had in the past. It was like top 10 ways to make stubs in MLB The Show 19, and that was just one of the points, and obviously I spent like a minute or so talking about it, but I want to go a little bit more in depth within it, and this of course does have to do with making stubs. This is not a how to make stub method, however it is just way to obtain of stubs that you guys might not exactly know about within your collection. So that's what we are going to get into today. Of course, there is a lot of stubs just like chilling in your collection, and these are some tips that I am going to give you guys. There's, like I said, you have a lot of cards within here. The first thing that I want to address, this one might be the most important. Keep in mind, I'm going to have like none of these because I always, like, you guys see my pack openings, whenever I get done with the pack opening, I always scrap every single thing within there just to maximize the stubs. It does take quite extensive time, but it is the best if you're trying to maximize your stubs and not lose any. Yes, you could throw everything into exchanges, but I prefer to sell each and every single card, which is tough because you guys know my pack openings usually range from like 150,000 stubs to 200,000 stubs, so it definitely does add up in time. But for these unlockables, I would always recommend go with one if you really want it. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of having to, you know, customize your player for the fact that it doesn't really show a no doubt home run animation for you anyway. It'll show the ball. So I would recommend just try to quick sell these mostly. I believe they quick sell for $250 for the diamond, and the diamond ones, or the $250 for a gold, and the golds, or the diamonds rather, go for at least like $1,000. So this is something new that they added into this year's game as unlockables. Make sure if you're not using it, go ahead, quick sell it or sell it regardless. There is a lot of stubs waiting to be had within here, and you know, you can only use one at one time. I think Stadium Sounds you can use a couple. Keep in mind, if it says no sell, you cannot quick sell it either. You know, usually you obtain of these throughout the inning programs, which is unfortunate that you can't quick sell it because I don't use any sounds. My monitor doesn't have sound anyway, and I think it would be annoying for YouTube. So I just don't do it personally, so I can't really do anything with these, however. But like I said, each and every one, I think the prices remain pretty much consistent. Some of these go for a lot. You see, that goes for like 10,000. So I definitely recommend put it on the board, goes for a ton as well, close to 10,000 again. So I really recommend, if you guys are not using these, go ahead and sell them. Same thing works for the icons and the nameplates. They have the same quick sell values. Silvers, I believe, go for 100 quick sell. Golds go for 250, and the diamonds go for 1,000. Usually, I find like this Rays mascot, for example, a lot of people don't often put in like buy orders. They just buy it outright. So I would recommend probably just quick sell it. I mean, I've tried to sell them in the past. They usually don't move that quickly. So that's what I would recommend. Obviously, you can't quick sell the vouchers, but you wouldn't want to anyway. And it goes for pretty much every single thing within here. And I also want to give you guys tips on how to maximize everything. So even though I open hella packs, you guys know that, I still do not quick sell my MLB stadiums because they actually go for quite a good amount. I can put this one up for like 101 stubs and it will sell pretty quickly. And then that is opposed to just quick selling it and getting 25 stubs out of it. So there is a lot of stubs that you really have and that you are maximizing because you know, it's all said and done, 101 after taxes, that's still like that's still like in the 90 stub range. I am making pretty much more than triple, almost 4 times for one stadium that I could just quick sell. I do think the minor leagues you might as well quick sell. I don't really see the point in that. Yes, you like double it, but nobody's really buying minor league stadiums like that, at least in my opinion, so I quick sell those. Sponsorships are another big one. Diamonds quick sell for 1,000. Some of them do go for more like the easier stuff, like I know wins and hits usually goes for quite a bit, 2,500, goes for 1,700, and these of course are within franchise mode. If you don't play franchise mode, there's really no reason to have these, so I definitely recommend to sell these. Once again, equipment is something pretty big. Now, I do quickly want to say, if you guys didn't know, because I haven't talked about this too much, this American flag bat that you get for completing 260 stars in the 4th inning program actually has 10 power. So make sure equip this within your creative player and sell any other bat that you guys do have. I really recommend that, and only keep what you're actually going to use. I wouldn't recommend keeping anything else, and that goes on pretty much throughout this entire video. Here we have regular players. Once again, the same thing goes. Free agents is something that is a little bit up to you. You can sell them if you want. I personally hold on to them. Then what I do with my free agents is usually whenever you get those daily missions, like exchange shortstops, rather than actually exchanging players of that specific team, you know, live series players on a team, I just use free agents. I think that works pretty well as well. And it's really all up to you. Would you rather have guaranteed stubs, know what you're going to get by selling these cards, or you want to roll the dice and put them within exchanging? There's a couple different reasons why you would do each and every single one. Like I said, it takes a lot of time if you were to sell each and every single individual card, so I definitely get if you don't have the time nor the desire to really sit here and sell each card off. I think exchanges are worth it for you, and I will go through a couple exchanges in here in just a second. But like I said, I pretty much sell every card that I get just because I try to maximize my stubs as much as possible. And usually what will happen is I'll do that at night. I come back in the morning and everything has sold. So usually what I do, in general, this is just a tip on how like I sell cards that move pretty quickly. Gold cards, I usually don't leave much room at all. So if I was to sell David Price, I would probably just go 5 off. I'd sell them for $12.40 because gold sell really quickly. Silvers, once again, sell pretty quickly as well. If I was to find a silver that I actually can sell, oh my god, I cannot find one that okay, we got Zach Britton right here. You just kind of have to look at the gap. I usually wouldn't just go for $3.40 because I like these cards to sell pretty quickly, so I can keep on moving. So I go like 20 stubs off or so, and they usually sell fast. Bronzes, you do about 20 stubs off as well. In commons, I go pretty much right up to it because you want to make as much stubs as you can off the common players. I'm going to do a couple exchanges right here. We'll start with a silver to gold pack. Like I said, now this was not the case earlier on in the year. There's actually silvers that go for a decent amount of stubs now, which is great to see. So I'm just going to find a couple players to exchange, specifically teams that I've already collected all of them. Now that it really matters too much. It really depends on your situation, whether or not you're trying to do collections or not. And we're kind of in a bad situation right here. So if we can find a 78 Lutrevino 101. So we're going to do that. We're also going to do a bronze to silver. And this is just to show you guys, this is actually a great place to put your free agents, because free agents usually don't go for that many stubs because they're not on a team. A lot of the time, the reason why like bronze and silver cards are going for so much is because of collections. Free agents, of course, are not tied to any collections, so they usually will go for less stubs, but their overalls can still be somewhat high. So I recommend put those either in the daily mission exchanges or do these exchanges outright, and you're probably going to be better off than trying to nickel and dime and sell them each and every single one, because it takes a lot of time. I'm trying to find one more free agent because I don't want to put regular players within there. Trevor Rosenthal gets it at 103. I don't recommend. I guess you could put your commons because you get a lot of commons. It's really up to you. It's really a time matter issue that you really have to decide for yourself. Apparently, and if anybody could confirm this down below in the comment section, please do so. It says or better. I don't know if you can actually pull or better with these. I never have myself. We get Matt Carpenter, which isn't bad. Like I said, we only put free agents within there. And then golds are actually a couple decent golds. We get pretty much the worst one that you can get. But now, like I've mentioned before, there finally are pretty high selling gold players for what it's worth. You know, Charlie Morton goes for like 3. Greinke goes for around 3. It's really the players that are, you know, went from diamond to gold, like Jose Ramirez. Joey Votto's another one of Glenn, guys like that, or players who were speculated to go diamond. So at the start of the year, a lot of these players only went for like 1.5k at the most. Now we have Story going for like 2.5, about 3,000, 2.5. A lot of more value within gold, so I think that is worth it now. Justin Turner's going for like 4, Bogarts and Miller going for 3. So I think gold prices have finally risen, so I think that is worth your while. If you don't have the time, you can put those in exchanges and you still will make a pretty good amount back, and who knows, you could even make more if you get lucky and pull someone like Justin Turner who goes for 4,000. Trying to think if I have any more tips on like stubs that are just waiting around within for yourself. I don't really think so. I mentioned pretty much everything that I wanted to cover. If you guys have more tips on like how to get rid of inventory, to cut down on your cards to make stubs, one more thing that I guess I was going to say is to, if you're not using cards, I personally like to collect them. So I like to collect golds, you know, not necessarily to do collections, just to keep them on, hold them on hand for events, or whether for it be a theme team or whatever. If you guys aren't one of those people, definitely sell those cards. If you guys aren't going to do collections, just sell those cards, get the stubs, and keep it moving, and you can do stuff with those stubs. Otherwise, you can spend them on, you know, team upgrades. There's a lot of cheap signature series cards in this game, a lot of really good cards that do not go for that much amount in stubs. So I would recommend, if you guys don't have a use for those cards, aren't looking to do collections, definitely go ahead and get rid of them that way. But if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like down below. Hope you guys are great today. There goes some Saudi.
Love is love and hate is hate. To die is an awesome adventure and I can hardly wait. Earth is a prison, I need a great escape. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone. You know I'm in my zone. I took a bite of the glory.